Today, I'm going to show you how to truly scale your Google Ads account to the next level. This is not some marketing BS video. I'm not going to show you some like boring PMAX strategy. This is genuinely a mental model for actually how to tap into a new side of Google Ads that you have never seen before and dramatically scale the performance, the revenue, the spend of your account. Okay? I'm going to walk you through the 3 stages that we take almost all of our clients through, and I'm going to specifically spend time talking about the 3rd stage that we have pretty much recently unlocked and have started to really dial in for our clients, and that is why we are seeing some of the best results in my Google Ads agency that we've ever seen. If you don't know who I am, my name is George Clements. I run a Google Ads agency for e-commerce brands called The Paid Search Company. We are spending well over $500,000 per month on Google Ads, just shy of $1 million a month for our clients, and I'm going to get straight into the video. So let's have a look at this board here. Let me quickly put this in present mode. So first things first, we can see the 1st stage of Google Ads. Okay, stick with me here. This is the demand capture stage, right? We all know this is how Google works. It's very simple, right? There's an existing amount of search volume on the Google platform. People are searching for specific search terms, and then within Google Ads, you can bid on these keywords, and whenever someone triggers a search term that is related to your keyword, your ad will show. This is exactly how search ads work. This is almost exactly how shopping ads work, and this is to the majority of the extent how PMAX works, right? With a little bit of variation. And what this means is there is a ceiling to how far you can simply scale Google Ads, and you'll see this if you are experienced in Google Ads. Some accounts seem to spend way more than others, and some accounts seem to scale way higher than others. Why is that? Well, very simple. There is, it's about the total addressable market, the TAM of the business, right? So, for example, if you sell cutlery, right, there is 22,000 average monthly searches for cutlery. Now, there is, of course, other keywords that are relevant, spoons, forks, knives, right? But there's a certain amount that you can reach. And of course, if there isn't any more than 22,000 average monthly searches, then you cannot possibly serve your ads to anyone else, right? Because they're just simply not searching for the keywords that will trigger your ads, right? It's as simple as that. And not only that, but it's not as if you are the only one bidding for these 22,000 monthly searches. There are a lot of other people bidding for the searches, which means that, there's less to go around, right? Very simply, which means that obviously CPCs rise. It gets more expensive when people click on your ads. Competitors will straight up just steal those clicks from you. This is to then do with metrics like impression share. And so actually the market is even smaller in this space than you think. So this is stage 1, and this is all you need to get started, right? You don't need a huge amount of monthly searches to start making 5, 10, 20, maybe even up to 50K a month in your brand. But if you want to scale past that, then you have to move past stage 1 and enter into stage 2, which is territory expansion, right? Now, if you're an intelligent Google Ads manager or a brand owner who's running Google Ads, you will know that it's always best to start targeting one place at a time, right? Whether that's the UK, the US, wherever your primary and highest selling location is, that's where you want to start. If you just set your location to worldwide, you're not going to see great results. Different markets operate differently, okay? As I'm going to explain in a second. But this is a great way to increase the ceiling to which you can scale your ads, right? Because then you have not only the search volume for your initial country, let's say it's the UK, but then you have all of the related search terms for cutlery in the US and all of the related search volume for cutlery related terms in Canada and Ireland and so on and so forth, right? But the problem with this is it takes time. It takes time to break into these markets. The market's different copy is going to work. There's going to be different reactions to the products. Competition is often higher in some of these other countries, which means CPCs are more expensive. So when you first launch, maybe the performance isn't that good, and you have to spend time modifying bids and modifying target ROAS and TCP and all this boring stuff. So it does take quite a while to kind of get this to work, but it can obviously be a great way to scale your search volume and your ads. And this is absolutely something that we do for all of our clients who have the ability to expand. But oftentimes, your brand may only be constricted to just simply one location, or this step, second stage of territory expansion is just simply taking too long. Or maybe you've just done it and you now want to reach the next level. Well, this, my friends, is when we want to go to stage 3, which is demand generation, okay? So we've gone through demand capture, territory expansion, and now we're at the level of demand generation. So what do I mean by this? I mean we now want to create more search volume, okay? And not only that, but also go to people that aren't we want to essentially transition from search term targeting to interest targeting, okay? And this is how we're going to unlock a new level of scale, right? Because now we are no longer constricted by searches, we are constricted by interests, which are far, far broader, right? You know, and people don't understand this. Brand owners don't understand this. Google Ads managers don't understand this. There is a huge component of Google Ads that is being critically underleveraged right now. That is all to do with interest targeting. Okay, just as Meta has interests, right? If you think about the way that Meta ads work, they operate solely off of interests, right? You target people based on what interests they have. You know, do they love dogs? Do they spend time riding bikes? You know, whatever it is. Google has those as well, right? They are called affinity segments and in-market segments, right? And of course, you also have demographics and things like that. And these are huge, huge customer segments. There are thousands, if not millions of customers within these segments that you could be targeting right now, okay? And the best way to target these segments is through top of funnel campaign placements that leverage interest targeting pretty much exclusively, which is YouTube and demand gen, okay? Now, of course, you can still actually leverage search term targeting within these by having search themes, whatever, that's besides the point. These campaigns pretty much live and die by your interest targeting, okay? And so what you want to do to scale your account to the next level is tap into these interests with these campaigns. Now, of course, PMax, which I explained earlier, does do a bit of this, but if you really break down Performance Max and you look, you leverage scripts to pull out data and see where PMax is actually spending, it's mostly on shopping, which is a good thing, right? That's fine. That's what that campaign does best. It very rarely spends on YouTube, very rarely spends on display or discovery. It's mostly on shopping and search. So when that is the case, that's predominantly going to be leveraging search term targeting, just like standard search and shopping ads would. So again, you're not really using the interest targeting feature within Google Ads to the fullest extent until you run these campaigns, okay? And I've got tutorials on how to set up both of these campaigns on my channel right now, but just wait. So not only can you then target these interests and get them to buy directly through these YouTube and discovery ads, but you're also going to be creating more search volume for your PMax search and shopping campaigns to leverage, right? If you start spending $1,000 a day in a specialized targeted market on YouTube, you can bet your bottom dollar that people will see that ad, and if they don't convert directly through the ad, then there will be a large chunk of people who see the ad that will go up and search your product or your brand later down the line, which will lead to more sales, okay? And if you look on an attribution pathway, if you look at first click, it will be YouTube that's responsible for that conversion, right? Because they may have clicked on that ad in the first place or may have seen that ad in the first place, right? There's also an important metric to understand called view through conversions, okay? I'm not going to get too in the trenches about this, but this is where basically someone sees a YouTube ad and then doesn't buy through it, but buys later down the line. And this would be counted as a view through conversion. They didn't click, but they did view, okay? So a very important thing to understand when you're dealing with these campaigns. But anyway, all of this to say, this is how you can create more sales. But it's also very important to understand that with this comes a huge creative aspect, right? If you want to run YouTube ads, you need great video. If you want to run good discovery ads and display ads, you need great images, okay? Google Ads managers are too in the trenches with media buying, and they do not tap into the creative element as much as they should, okay? If a YouTube campaign isn't working, it's not YouTube's fault. Like, people think these YouTube campaigns don't work, or they tried it and it didn't work. It's like, no, your creative just wasn't good enough. Like, apply meta ads thinking to Google ads and YouTube ads, right? If a campaign doesn't work on Meta, it's not Meta's fault. It's the creative, or it's the product, or it's the offer, right? It's the same here. YouTube is the second biggest social media channel in the world. It's very, very near the size of Meta, and people are on there to learn and to buy, right? This is another difference. YouTube is a bit more of an educational platform. So the type of creative you would use is potentially a little bit more educational. But we have multiple clients where we're spending 1K a day, 2K a day, and even more than that on YouTube profitably. And this is a fantastic way of generating new customers, by the way. This is, again, an incremental way to scale Google Ads. Another issue people would have with Google Ads is that it's not incremental, right? You're only advertising to existing demand. You're not creating new demand. Well, that's not true. If you leverage these campaigns properly, you then have incrementality because you are creating new searches and new customers that weren't, going to exist before. Okay. All of that aside, this is how you scale accounts to the next level. We actually do this. We are on the forefront of doing this at the moment. So if you have a brand that is struggling to scale, please go ahead and book a call directly with myself. I will walk you through our entire process in far finer detail than this. And I will explain how we actually create creative in-house that is designed to perform on YouTube, discovery, display, top of funnel placements. All right. book a call with the first link in the description. I really appreciate you watching this. If you don't want to buy from me, that's absolutely fine. Just subscribe and watch the rest of the videos because I'm giving a ton of value away for free. And as I said, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, just like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Cheers.